You have now entered a Railcast. This the host, DJ Rail Life, alongside Tall and TJ. Sit back, relax, enjoy the show. Sensitive listeners beware.
Okay. I get a little,
All right, welcome to the Railcast. This is your host, DJ Rail Boogie. Here with Shades in the house. What's good, man?
What's up, baby? What's going on?
Tall, what's going on, man?
What's going on, man?
How y'all week going, fellas?
Bless my brother.
Always blessed. That's good
Always.
to hear.
Yeah, drinking this lemonade,
Don't say the name.
That's how it feels.
Don't say the name. They cut, y'all need to turn on bottles around too. They ain't cutting us no checks in here, man.
But that'd be all right.
Right.
And we're here with a guest friend of the family. State your name.
Jina Law.
All right. Good to see you here.
You as
Know what I'm
well.
saying?
Thank you.
All right. So I don't even know what to start off with. It's crazy, but no. Let me go ahead and say you can check us out. Thank you to the followers of YouTube, the Railcast podcast. Also check us out on Spotify and also Anchor.fm/the Railcast. That is a free app. You can download the app. You can just go to the URL that I said and check us out. You can like it, leave a voice message, and it'll be played on the previous episodes. Maybe depends on what you say. So, how was y'all weekend and everything, fellas?
It was real good. It was, actually, I just chilled with my brothers.
I saw that, man. All y'all looking like, man. All y'all looking like. Them you strong, man.
I ain't had no beers though. Even though
I don't believe that.
You never believe me, but I ain't had no
You
beers.
had at least one Corona.
Nothing.
You believe that?
Not at all.
You believe that?
No.
Let me know. You had at least one Corona. You had at least one, man.
I ain't had one.
How was your weekend?
It was good. It was blessed. I mean, I've been able to kind of hang out down here a little bit and celebrate my friend's birthday and just, chill.
And you're from NC?
I actually do live in NC now, but I'm originally from this area, Costa Rica, all of that little, I guess that's two different areas, but
Right. I saw some of the pictures with Zion. You cut his hair?
Sorry. I don't cut Zion, I just style him. Shampoo, style, treatment, stuff like that. But I work with his barber very closely, so we are his styling team. Yeah.
How was that shampoo in his hair? Did he stay still? Was it? You had to put him in a tub?
Well, we vibe, so Zion and I kind of I don't know. They think I'm their age anyway, so we on the whole vibe. But it was a good experience.
Cool guy.
He loved it. You know what I'm saying?
I bet.
So.
What about you, Tall? How was your past weekend?
I just hung out with the family, went to Margaritaville, and
I saw that, man. How was that place?
It was good, man.
It's hard to get in that, man.
It definitely is, but they show love, so
Good. That's good to hear. Y'all. So what y'all want to start off with first?
That Fantasia stuff, the topic that Fantasia had dropping on.
Y'all want to start there? No, before we start there, let's talk about what we talked about last week. Since we have a young lady here, about the survey that was taken about the shortage of men, women find a shortage of men as far as being economically stable. Yeah. So we talked because it kind of seemed so one-sided last week with all the guys here.
Well, talking about who makes more than who.
I mean, not just that, just the fact that women can't find a guy who's, financially stable. So that's why marriages are going down. That's what the survey said.
That's what the survey is.
Yeah.
The survey says.
Bing! So how do you feel about that?
I do think it's a shortage of men. I don't know necessarily if it's stable men or if it's just when we're talking about men that are monogamous or just want to be with one woman or want to be with a woman. Right. So I think it's so many different variables that play a part in it. It's just kind of it ain't just finances. You understand what I'm saying? It's kind of across the board. It's a lot of different things. Right.
Well, just for this survey, they're saying it's economically because the money's not there. That's why it's the number of marriages are decreasing. So do you think that's a number one reason why marriage is going down, or do you think it's more of, like you said, men choose to not live a single lifestyle?
I think finances always play a part. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure that's the reason. I'm getting ready to get a divorce myself.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. But, I'm hurt, but
right.
It's all good. But anyways, yeah, I definitely think finances play a big part in the whole situation. However, I think when you get married, you become one. And so I believe personally that woman, if he's weak at a point in the marriage, then you should take that. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I feel, though. Right. I mean, I'm sure other women out here got their own thoughts or whatever, but I feel like that's your commitment is to that whole, to that marriage and to that man. And so he might be going through something at the time. Why can't you take it for a minute?
Right. So you would be cool if, let's just say you made more than your guy. Like, would that be an issue with you?
That wouldn't be an issue for me, and I would try my best not to emasculate him during the process. Like, I would still try to show him that no, you're a king. Like, no, this doesn't mean necessarily that it doesn't mean anything, because us together has allowed me to get in this position. You see what I'm saying? That's what I would personally do.
Right. Yeah, that's good to hear.
Yes, yeah. Amen.
Yeah. Because based on that survey and hearing, just being around, different people, that's a huge issue. Like, if you're not at the, quote unquote, same level financially.
I think women now, though, they had this whole, and I'm not trying to go against my sisters. Like, God forgive me for sounding like that.
No,
I honestly think women now, they just got this whole mentality of they can be the head and
we're going to get into that later.
Okay, so I won't go there, but
it'll be the same way.
I don't necessarily think they look at it from the right perspective. You know what I'm saying? I think they look at it from a selfish perspective sometimes, because if you really are looking at it as a whole and as a marriage, then you ain't even you know what I'm saying? Right. I just think that we living in a time now where it's a lot of self-centeredness going on.
Yeah, on both ends, men and women. It was just people in general.
Exactly.
So it was good. We're going to segue to Fantasia, because she actually said something about. Did you see it?
I saw a little bit of it. I sure did.
Did you guys see it?
I saw a little bit.
Yeah, she was on the Breakfast Club, I believe, yesterday, and she had a pretty good statement based on men being the head of the household. So I'm going to play a little bit of it here. Okay. It's an iPhone, so I ain't really familiar with how the iPhone works.
Let me turn the volume up.
Oh, of course. But see, at the end of the day, I'm the neck, my man's the head. So he can't make any moves without his wife. You know what I mean? It all works together. But you can't be the head of the house. You got to let the man be the head of the house. But it's a generational thing, and it's what we've been taught. Stand up, be strong, be the, you know what I mean? And a dude come, and everything about you is like a man.
I mean, you can't be the I want to look at that, no, I can leave my house, so I could do this in my house. What is that?
That's not how it's supposed to be. And that's why we bump heads, and I feel like it's a generational thing. And we can go real deep on that. I don't need to start that, but it's a generational curse. And how society has placed our men. And women have to stand up and be the mother and the father and the provider. And so then now you are so bad, so you can't be told nothing, that when the right man comes, you lose him because you're trying to be the man. I was going to say. Right. Man. Can we be equal? Oh, of course. But see, at the end of the day, I'm the neck, my man's the head. So he can't make any moves without his wife. You know what I mean?
So how do we, and she was trending, it was a big thing yesterday about this. So let me start with Shades first. How do you feel about that, what she said?
Sounds good to me.
I mean, can you elaborate, sir? It's just a Jeezy album.
No, everybody has to play the position. Straight up, like she said.
Right.
I ain't trying to be no woman. That's her job.
Right.
She the queen. That's why I'm a king.
Right. You can't be a queen.
You can't.
Right.
Well, he could, but
I mean, that.
I mean, you.
Oh man, it went over my head.
So how do you feel about the statement she made?
I 100% agree with her. I think it's definitely a generational curse. I think that I believe in order. I believe the man should always be the head of the house, and I believe as a woman you should submit to your man. And I think and that's the problem. Like, what I was saying earlier about this whole generation of women is kind of like they look at submitting as a bad thing. But if he is really carrying that position as the head and he getting his order and his vision from God, then you shouldn't have a problem with submitting, because you're submitting to the vision for the whole family.
Right. But the thing is, like you said, I've said this before. It's two types of people.
Mm-hmm,
It's people who really don't know what being submissive is.
Mm-hmm.
Automatically, they think that you're bound down to a man, and the man is supposed to tell you what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have other people who know what it is, they just don't want to do it. So it's those two kind of people that I have the situation with as far as being submissive. But you're exactly right.
I think if you're teachable though, right? It goes down to like, are you teachable? Is your woman teachable? Is she able to sit there and care enough about you and the family to say, you know what, I might not know what it is. I might not understand it. I might never even seen it in my house or my grandparents, but I'm willing because it's going to benefit the family as a whole, right? Then that's good, right? Because it benefits the whole family. But then if you got this woman that's like, oh, I ain't doing it.
Right.
Honey, you don't even need to be married. So you need to go, continue.
If you say that word and around a bunch of women, like they get the stink face, like they gonna curse you out.
They'll be fine.
They know it. Some of them, like I said, half of the women know what it is. They just don't want to do it.
But it all comes to standing in your truth, right?
Right.
Like if we can live in our truth, you ain't got no reason to be mad.
Mm.
Your truth is your truth. My truth is my truth.
Right. Oh, what you think about that, Tal? About what she said?
I think that depends on. I think it's kind of like a generation thing.
Like she said,
that the mom and the grandma and the aunties are single.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're around single women, that's how you're gonna grow up with that independent mentality.
Mm-hmm.
But if you grew up in a two-parent household with a dad working, a mom working, and both of them carrying their own weight, things gonna be a little different.
Right.
We talked about that last week.
Yeah.
But my thing, I agree with you, but I kind of, with a two-parent household, your structure, you're raised better because you're under a better structure.
What I'm saying is the foundation.
Right. Yeah.
Only the foundation will be there. You would know how to at 7 o'clock to sit down as a family have dinner.
Mm-hmm.
If you come from a single parents household, you're not sitting down at 7 o'clock eating dinner with no family.
Right.
You in the room eating your food, the parents in their room eating their food. Everybody doing their independent thing.
Right. You get to see, two-parent household. You get to see a mother and a father.
Yeah.
If that's all you've seen, that better helps you when you get out on your own because you realize, hey, that's all I know, that's all I've seen, and I expect the same thing.
Right. Exactly.
I want, if I'm a woman, I want a husband, I want a father to be here with our family, take care of us.
If your mom is submissive to her husband, that's the way you're gonna grow up. Run his bathwater, have his clothes folded, have his clothes washed.
I don't think they're gonna run no bathwater now.
Well, you get what I'm saying. Have his things set up when he come from work. Sit in there, give him some quiet time, ask him how his day is. What can she feed? What can she cook for him, or what can she do to help him? Women don't do that now.
No, they definitely ain't running no bathwater in 2019.
Well,
2020.
yeah.
I mean, I'll run some bath-water, but you gonna run my bath-water too now. Like we,
Yo,
you know what I'm saying? It's
that
gonna be
won't
like
be an
issue.
that'll have to be an equal thing.
Right,
I'm just saying.
Right.
But
Yeah, definitely. Definitely has to be. A balance. Like she also said, has to be a balance, and it doesn't seem that way. Like you said earlier, everybody is just for self.
mm-hmm.
Though you gonna say something?
Well, I agree with you with that. And also, if she's around single women and you trying to have a relationship with
Oh, I see
somebody,
that,
there's always going to be negativity.
Yeah,
I see that all the time.
yeah.
Yeah,
Because them single women want you to be single,
of course.
so they gonna say all kind of girl. He ain't worth.
You ain't got no hangout partner. You
Right.
can't go to
Man,
the
that's what you
club.
want
Yeah,
can't
that's the
go.
wrong place you want to be right there.
Friday at 5:30,
Oh man,
5:45.
when is ladies' night? They still got ladies' night.
I don't know. They gonna make it ladies' night.
Sunday's brunch is ladies' night.
they need some new friends. That's all I can say.
No matter what, how many new friends they get, they gonna try to spoil it.
No, I don't think. Look, I'm gonna tell you something. You got different caliber women, and I don't think every woman had the same mentality. You
No,
know what I'm
no,
saying?
No, I'm not saying that, but we're talking about a particular female.
It's the individual.
Yeah.
The individual.
She could be surrounded by 10 single women. It's up to her to say, you know what? I'm not them. I'm married,
That's right.
and I don't have to think like them. I have a husband at home, so we can still be friends. But I don't have to agree with what you guys are doing.
I'm speaking about that one that ain't married and her 5 friends. They either engaged or
Oh.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh well, she gonna feel uncomfortable, and
She a poison. Let me
she
give her some
gonna-
cookies.
That's what she gonna say. But I was happy to it's always good to hear a female like yourself and Fantasia speak the truth, because if we say it, we don't come off as, being haters or, being pigs or whatever. And to see somebody like Fantasia, who's known, a lot of the songs that she made pretty much be, be bashing us or whatever. So it was interesting to see her, speak like this. Somebody who women really look up to and enjoy. I was happy to see her, say this, because a lot of women won't say it.
But just like he was saying, I think you go back to foundation. So Fantasia's foundation is probably somewhat like my foundation as far as like, as far as the spiritual component of it. You know what I'm saying? So I think that listening to what you just played, that's where she gets a lot of that from. It's like, the man should be the head.
Yeah.
So I definitely agree with both of you as far as what y'all are saying about, foundation and.
But I think with her too, I watched the entire interview today. She had a lot of bad relationships.
Yeah.
So that's what also made her realize, you know what? Yeah, I can do this stuff by myself, but this guy that I met who ended up being her husband said, you know what? You don't have to do that no more.
That's right.
So she had, like a lot of women have to do, is what she did. She trusts a man. You know what I'm saying? He said he was going to take care of you. You don't have to do that no more. Let me do that for you. And I think that's a problem. Like, there's not a lot of, because of what we said in the past, either their parents or their own personal relationship, they don't trust anybody. And what she also said was, when somebody good come along, you're going to scare them away.
True.
Yeah. Which we see a lot. I've seen a lot.
Yeah, of course.
I've definitely heard women say, I'm not used to someone being nice to me.
So they get intimidated by that.
They just are uncomfortable. So they'll intentionally ruin the relationship.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Sabotage, huh?
Yeah. Which is crazy. You're so hurt and used to bad being done to you that you will ruin a good thing because you're not used to it and you're afraid.
I heard a girl say it.
Yeah, I've heard women say it.
Us females always complaining about a good man, but when we get him, we push him away.
They do.
It's true.
They do.
Not all, but it's true.
Yeah.
I think a lot of females have trust issues. I do agree with that. I agree with, and I don't think they necessarily try to push you away, but I think that just due to the trust issues that they have and the baggage that comes with the, you know what I'm saying? I think they end up pushing good men away. Yeah, so I
think also a lot of women prefer to be by themselves.
You think so?
Yeah, because due to the fact that they've been hurt so much.
So you're talking about the ones that have been hurt?
Yeah.
I've been hurt. Let me tell you, I've been hurt. I was with my husband for 20 years, and I do not ever want to be by myself.
Really?
What?
Wow.
I'm getting married next year. No.
Now that's interesting you say that, because I would think that you being with somebody for so long and it doesn't work, that you like, nah.
I know I'm a wife, though. I know I'm a wife, and I enjoy being a wife. And God knows that I wish it could have worked with him, because that was the goal. You know what I'm saying? But nah.
So you definitely see yourself getting married again? You would
definitely,
okay.
definitely.
Oh, that's good.
Definitely.
That means you didn't give up on yourself.
Absolutely not. Absolutely
that's what
not.
most people, we give up.
I don't give up on myself. I don't give up on myself, men nor love, because I know a lot of women that turn to other women because they feel like, oh, a man just.
Right. I was going to say love, because once something like that doesn't work, you just instantly stop believing in love.
Yeah.
I believe people grow apart, though, right?
Yeah, they grow apart.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But what about the ones that divorced and they've been together like 30, 40 years?
Yeah, I'm telling you, I was with him since I was 13. That's my situation. So we was married for 20. We was together for almost 30.
Wow.
A teenage love. Yeah,
Don't hurt anything. Don't. Yeah.
That part.
So that's interesting, man. That you're able to, you see yourself. You know your wife, and you can continue, so that wouldn't be a problem.
That's what's up.
That's good to hear.
You can't put every woman in that category.
No, you
every
can't.
Woman is girlfriend material only, and some is wife material.
Man, you know how that game go.
And a lot of guys. Let's say this: a lot of guys that, there are guys that are born leaders.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, some God just made them that way, so you don't have to tell them anything. They're just going to just lead by example. And then you have guys that are not. And then you have guys that they're not, but it's going to take a little time. And I feel like those guys that need the time, I feel like the women need to be patient with them.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, everyone's not born leaders. Sometimes people got to be put in a situation, whether it's a marriage, whether it's parenthood, whatever it is. Sometimes you have to, get your hands in the field. It's like, you know what? Okay, this is new, but sometimes you don't. There's no study guide to being a leader.
Right.
Sometimes you gotta just
that just comes natural.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
But for some people, you may need time. You either have it or you don't. So, but I feel like sometimes, like I say, the guys that don't have it, I feel like some women feel like, you're supposed to be a leader right away. Go, do it.
But is she a wife right away? Is she a mother right away?
Yes.
Like, we don't have a pamphlet on none of this.
Right.
This stuff, right? Well, okay, we might have a pamphlet on it, but we don't have a pamphlet for, to say on it. So, like, why not, like, learn together? And I believe in speaking to the king in the man anyways. Like, okay, so you're a boy at first, right? But it's still a king in you. And I feel like as a woman, if you speak to that king in that man, it don't make sense to me, like, why it can't grow, unless he just don't.
Unless he don't have it in it. Yeah, he don't want to do it. He's not a man. That's just what it is. Like, men are kings, are leaders, and he just, what I'm saying? He's not one of those people. And that's cool. Everybody can't be a leader. Everybody can't be a king. You got to be.
So what's gonna happen with those that can't be kings?
They're gonna be by themselves.
They're gonna be queens.
Yeah, it could be. They turn into queens. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's not wife material.
Ouch.
Yeah, grown women are wife material, and little girls are just girlfriends. They're just by themselves. Same thing with the guys. The guys, little boys, they're boys. They're not men. They're not ready to be in leadership situations. Not just marriages, anything else. So
I agree.
that was great, man. That she actually said something. You can't have no guy out there saying they would have killed him.
No, definitely murdered him.
The Me Too movement would have been all over him.
But you very rarely
That's a whole
find
other subject.
a woman speak up like that for men on men's behalf.
And I think you need more of it.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of, and some of them deserve it. We got a lot of jerks out there, man. It's a lot of jerks. Like,
but what's the root to that, though? You know what I'm saying? It's a root to everything. What's the root to a man being a jerk? Hurt
people hurt people. You know what I'm saying? So this man could have been hurt the way he was brought up. It's a lot of things. But we need more of that. We need less men bashing women. We need less women bashing men. We got to figure, especially in the black community. We gotta, and brown too. We gotta.
Well, I'm brown too. No.
But we gotta.
Okay. We tied up, so we go.
But we gotta, because the other side is sitting there looking at us. They're expecting that and they want that. They want us to gang up on each other.
Yeah, because they study us and we don't even study us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So without us in the picture, it's a way for them to get to the top. Like, we got to encourage each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, push our kings and queens. We need more of that. And I feel like on both ends we don't get that. You get a lot of guys, disrespecting women, and you got a lot of women for whatever reason disrespecting men. We got to somehow come in the middle and help each other out.
I agree.
100.
Yeah. You agree, man? You gonna start bashing women?
I ain't gonna bash.
That sound like a butt over there.
Yeah, they do. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna bash him.
So I also wanted to talk about, it was actually TJ's idea. He started a lot of controversy last couple of weeks. Did we call you about it?
No.
Did I call you about it on the phone?
I don't recall.
About the term happy wife, happy life. Did I call you about that?
No.
You
always telling me, but you didn't call me.
Yeah,
I thought I called
me.
you. We tried to call you. I tried to call you. You ain't pick up the phone. I tried to, both of y'all ain't pick up the phone. But TJ, he ain't here. Shout out TJ. He brought this to my attention, the term. He actually put a post on IG about it, about the term happy wife, happy life. And he said it should be called, which I agree, it should be called happy spouse, happy house. But let me ask you, I'm glad you're here. How do you feel, and what do you think about that term? I want everybody talking about you first. What do you think about when you hear the term happy wife, happy life? That smile says it all right there.
No, I agree with the term, but let me tell you, I like yours better. Because why can't we both be happy? And if we making each other happy, then everybody happy. Kids happy, we happy. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Right. So I don't believe in a one-sided anything. Like, man, like why we both can't make each other happy? It should never be like narcissistic to me. It should never be like, oh no, as long as I'm happy. Because honestly, if you are just making me happy, then somewhere along the way, you ain't gonna be happy no more. Because you're gonna be just like a yes man. You know what I mean?
You don't want that.
No,
I don't think any woman wants a yes man.
Because at the end of the day, sex ain't gonna be enough. Like you ain't gonna be, you know what I mean? So yeah, it has to be deeper than that. But what you think, sis?
I'm down with the
new term, right?
Yeah, I'm down with the new term.
I'm telling you now, I need a t-shirt made. I need a t-shirt made that on there.
The what?
A t-shirt.
Happy spouse, happy house.
I need a shirt made immediately.
Okay.
Hey.
But what do you think about the term? When you hear that?
I'm rolling with that one.
What's that one? What
Happy
give me?
spouse. That one. The new
Happy spouse, happy house.
Yeah.
No, I said the new one.
Right. He was like, whatever that is.
I like that one more.
But can you elaborate? Like, what do you think about when you hear the happy spouse, happy wife, happy life? What do you think about?
It's all about her.
Mm.
That's it. What about me? So I like the new one. I like the new one. It's us. It's us, not her.
So what you think about that, man? This guy. What you think about that, man? Happy wife, happy life.
I agree with that also.
Wait, no, come on, y'all. Y'all gotta talk. Come on, man. Come on,
No,
y'all.
I think that both of us have to be happy. It just can't just be one-sided.
Right.
You know.
So everybody agree on the same thing.
Yeah.
I agree as well. I never liked that term. Never liked it. Like I said, we talked to a couple of people, and most of the people was like, yeah, a chick made that up, but it basically means you're supposed to do whatever the wife says, and she's happy. But
And that's the problem.
you need to get that on the t-shirt too. That's your saying. But yeah, a lot of guys, if a guy does that, there's nothing wrong with pleasing, your wife.
Right.
But if you're gonna always just, give, like inside, you're not gonna be happy.
The happiness gonna run out.
Yeah, exactly. Because you're spending all your time and energy on pleasing her, but what is she doing for you?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So if we want to be equal, we both have to be happy.
Well, don't you think that's when like communication plays a part? Because sometimes men, I have 7 brothers, so sometimes I see that men.
Nobody couldn't date you.
And I ain't got no sisters, so.
Nobody couldn't date you. Oh my God, 7 brothers.
Right, it was tough. But I see where men sometimes internalize stuff, like they don't, or maybe I should say shut down. Like communication is so important, and so if you're saying like I'm happy, everything's good, and you're making her happy, but you're really miserable inside, and you're not communicating that, then like how would she know? And I'm just telling you off of like the men I deal with and like watching my brothers,
right.
And I'm like, why don't you talk to her? Why don't you tell her like, no, this is bothering me?
Well, I'll say this: we're bad at communicating. You guys are way better communicators because your emotions are involved. So with us, sometimes we're dumb like that when it comes to communication. And these kind of guys that do the happy wife, happy life, I don't think they want to lose their wife.
All right.
So they'll do whatever it takes to make her happy, but inside they're not happy. But yeah, if that's the situation, you definitely have to speak up and say, you know what, this ain't working. I feel like I'm giving so much to you, but I don't feel anything in return.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, communication. That's like we wasn't taught that. We really wasn't. Like,
no, you was taught like what, be tough.
Yeah, like that's how it have to be.
Cry,
Like never let them see you sweat. All that kind. We wasn't taught to. Were you taught to communicate as a youngin? You, Shades? I take that as a no. So usually when we communicate, unfortunately, it's when we're upset.
Definitely. When it's an issue or a problem or we have to resolve something, then we tend to express our feelings.
Right.
But if everything is just peaches and cream, we're not going to say anything.
No. you guys gonna speak when you're happy, sad, mad, glad.
It doesn't matter, whatever. it
Yeah,
is.
y'all gonna express yourself. Because like I said, your emotions are involved, so it pushes you, to just talk sometimes too much. But yeah.
He said too much. Okay.
But yeah, that's something we definitely have to work on. But yeah, like that 2 weeks ago, it was crazy. Like talking about that term. Tiff was like, oh, it means you love her wife and you want to do this and that. Nah, that means y'all got your hand out all the time.
Yeah.
You can try
That's
to
what it means.
you can try to smooth it out all you want to. It's not good. It's one-sided.
Definitely.
So what are some other things that you guys feel like are also one-sided, regardless of was it male or female?
Could be just throwing something out there, probably career-wise, certain careers.
Give me an example.
Probably construction worker.
Well, I'm starting to see more women out there doing construction.
I rarely see women out there doing construction like
I
that.
see maybe like 2.
And correction, have more women than men.
Is it?
Definitely. Police force, more men than women. Correction, more blacks than whites.
For the police, though, do you think it's because of their safety, or you feel like they feel like a woman's not strong enough to?
Well, no, they don't really care about that issue. You just take a test and pass it and move on. But
That boy had to put on his shades because you had yours on.
yeah,
You noticed that,
definitely, we
right?
all shades up.
Nah,
Except real. Do you even own a pair of shades up?
I do, man.
Burn them next time.
I
But anyway, just certain jobs. Just keep it like that. Certain jobs, are men dominant. Certain jobs are women dominant. Like a hairstylist is women. They make plenty money. Men can do it also.
So would you do hair?
Yeah, I would if I had a skill for it. Yeah,
You would do it.
You be getting paid too.
yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Listen, you know how much they charge for certain hairstyles, dude?
You got enough patience to sit up there and do
If
hair?
I knew how to do it, yeah.
You won't do no hair, man.
Come on, man. I'm a hustler, man. I do
You
everything.
won't do no hair
Come
though.
on, man. I bet I would.
I bet you would. Man.
Okay. Okay.
What about yourself? I'm not even listening here. What about yourself? What do you feel like some other things that are one-sided and that could be fixed?
Pay.
I
I think pay is definitely one-sided. I mean, what was it in the news like maybe a month or 2 ago, where I think the soccer players were complaining about their pay versus male soccer teams' pay. So I think that's one-sided. I think if you perform a job, you should get just as much.
They had a thing about the WNBA also.
Yeah, remember we talked about
Yeah.
that.
They don't make that much money. Probably average player probably make, I don't know, just say $100,000.
But
Do you think they bring out the same amount of?
that's what we talk about.
They don't.
They don't. So I'm gonna be honest with you. The soccer player, yes, they're better than the men, but the WNBA, no. And the reason I say is because they play less games,
Right.
They have less teams, number one.
less teams. They don't attract the same crowds,
Right.
and merchandise,
Yeah.
like
And endorsements and
all that.
All of that. Yeah.
Like if I ask you right now, name me 5 WNBA players,
don't
you're not
ask
gonna be able to
me.
do it. But if I ask you to name 5 NBA players, you can probably tell me.
Definitely.
So it's like it's not about the job performance.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that they're not bringing any seats in there.
And that's why a lot of old basketball players like Cheryl Swoops and Cynthia Cooper, they all left.
You have to go overseas and play.
Yeah, due to that cause right there. You're not making money. You're making $30,000-$40,000. You could have just got a regular job and stay with your family.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Now I do agree as far as staying on the pay. Movies.
Yeah.
I feel like for example, I feel like Angela Bassett or Sandra Bullock or what's homegirl from The Help and from How to Make a Murder.
Mm-hmm.
What's the name of that show? Is it How to Solve a Murder? How to Murder something?
Yeah, I
Murder.
know you're talking about.
Red Run, whatever. But
I thought you were talking about some other type of movies.
no, nah, man.
Viola Davis.
Yeah, her. I think she should be one of the highest paid actors. Period.
Mm-hmm.
So Halle Berry as well. Like stuff like that. When it's equal, I pay just as much as the men. But like WNBA, no soccer, yes. Tennis, yes. I feel like Serena Williams should be the highest paid tennis player.
I just yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because she's the best.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I agree with that.
So what about you, Shades? What do you feel like is one-sided that needs to be? No? What barbers? No? Okay. Wow, man. So YouTube out there, give us your opinion on first the term. What do you feel about the term happy wife, happy life? Leave your comments and let us know. And also let us know what other situations are one-sided that you feel like needs to be fixed, whether it's, pay, sports, movies, or whatever the case may be. Let us know. And I don't know how it is with female DJs. I feel like they should get paid. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that also.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they get paid the same. They probably don't.
I'm most likely probably Paris Hilton, probably running big name.
And she's not a really DJ.
No, they're just doing off her name.
Yeah, she just press buttons and there's a bunch of props. She ain't mixing or blending or doing nothing.
Even Shaq a DJ.
Yeah, he is. I don't know if he's a good DJ.
He's a good DJ.
How can he reach the thing? He's too
Yes, he
tall.
can DJ at clubs and all.
He do?
Yes, man. Shaq go to venues, man, and DJ.
Would you pay to see Shaq?
Man, he do everything.
I didn't know.
He used to be a cop. Remember?
He's South Beach cop.
Who was he, like a sheriff?
He was a police officer.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yo, seeing Shaq in the club DJing is crazy.
Yeah.
That
He
is-
do it all, man.
Everything.
He a hustler.
Yeah, isn't he like the CEO of Papa John's now? Or something like that?
He's the owner. I don't know about no CEO. He just got a couple of stores.
Well, he took what's his name spot? The founder.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, because remember the founder was talking racist?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he took his spot. He got commercials and all.
He good. He got enough money.
Papa John's ain't even that good no more. I'm saying.
Well, that's because we got other selections. We got tired of Papa John's, the Domino's, the pieces.
Domino's is worse than Papa John's.
We grew up on Domino's.
That don't mean we gotta stay with it.
So what's the pizza now? What's the
Me
difference?
personally,
several of them.
I like Jets. Jets is the best pizza. You ever tried Jets?
Never.
Y'all ever tried Jets?
Where's Jets?
What's that at, man?
It's one in Coral Springs. It's another one.
That's why I haven't heard from him.
It's some out of town too.
That's why I haven't heard from him. I live in Miami Lakes. You talking about Coral
You gotta
Springs?
get out of CC.
Where in Cold Springs?
Oh, what street is that? It's near Coral Springs Drive.
Where's that at?
I'll give you the address later, but it's really good. Marco's is y'all heard of Marco's?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Sound familiar.
That cheap pizza. two mediums for $6.99.
Nah, I think it's like $9.99.
2 pieces? Come on, man.
You go to New York, you go to New York, get $2 pizza is good.
I pass, man.
Wow.
Go to Marcello's or some
Little fancy stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? 5-star restaurant pizza. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Go ahead with that, man.
I'm kind of with you.
Yeah, see?
I'm good with that. What about Blaze? Y'all had Blaze?
I haven't had Blaze, but I know where it's located at.
You had Blaze?
No.
You had Blaze before?
You had Blaze before?
No, I've never had Blaze.
Yeah.
I know where it's at, but I haven't had it.
You gotta say some like places that's like not just in Florida.
Well,
Yeah.
Jess is not in Florida. Jess is in Detroit.
Okay, give us another pizza place that's around. That's a franchise.
Yeah.
Little C's.
Hey, that's good though.
Now, I'm trying to tell you.
What
I'm
does?
trying to tell you.
The
Little
Little
C's,
C's
stop
is-
playing.
$6?
I'm telling you. Right? Get it right now.
Are y'all serious?
No, it tastes good for real.
It tastes good. To me, it's not better than Jets and Marco's now.
Hey, you know what pizza is real good? Costco's pizza.
I heard that, but I never had it. before.
Costco pizza
I heard.
tastes great.
Really?
Yes.
I wouldn't
They've
put that-
already cooked the pizza?
Yeah, I
No,
wouldn't
they
put that
make
on
the
my
pizza
top
right there.
No, I've heard that it's good. Though. I never
They
had
make the pizza right.
I always go to
there.
Costco, but I wouldn't add it to the top of the pizza line.
it. No, I wouldn't add it at the top one. I wouldn't add it to the top one.
It's real good. That's because you haven't tried it.
He talking about He talking about like $30 a slice and stuff like that. We ain't got time for that. Yeah,
man.
we ain't on
That's
that.
what you talking about.
We ain't on that, man. Cheap pizza.
Pacino's pizza type of stuff.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We ain't on that, man. But yeah, man.
You want to talk about a book that you're writing?
Oh yeah, so I am. I'm writing a book. It should come out in November. If everything, as I go on my goal, if my goals are reached, let me say that. It's called The Wife, the Mistress, and the Confidant. So it's gonna be like a little bit between urban fiction and shades of gray, a little erotic, but it's gonna be a good read.
So what was the inspiration behind it?
A couple young ladies I've met along the way, and people, men and women I've met along the way, and I just kind of combined their stories into one individual woman that was dealing with different people in the music industry, but she was married.
Oh, okay. And how long did it take you to write this book?
It's not completed yet.
Oh, it's not? Oh, okay.
But hopefully, if everything stays on track, it'll be out and ready for you guys to purchase by November.
Okay.
Be nice stocking stuffers. For y'all.
That's around the corner. That's soon.
Yeah, 3 months
Yep.
away.
It's
Well, actually, 2 months. 2 months.
2 months.
Yeah.
Coming. And I have to shoot y'all. I already have the cover, so it's a dope cover. It's actually a silhouette of me. I use me for the cover, but
Will it be in an auto book?
it will be.
Great.
It will be.
Those are great.
Yeah, definitely.
And will it be in the stores or will it be Amazon?
It's gonna be in Amazon, and I'm hoping it's gonna be in Barnes and Noble and probably Walmart, Target. That's the goal. That's what me and my team are looking at, anyways.
That's good.
So it's gonna be. I feel like it's gonna be a dope little run, and it's gonna open the doors for some other stuff that I'm working on too.
So how long have you always? Is that something you always wanted to do? Write books?
I have probably for the last. Well, I realized that I was really good at it probably about 3 or 4 years ago. I found myself always journaling anyway, like when it comes to different things. And I was like, you know what, I need to get this story out of me. It was just like kind of in me, right?
Yeah.
And so I started working on it, but life started happening. So I put it off a little bit, went back to it. But it's my baby, so it's going to be dope. You wait. I'm actually going to do a trailer on it. So like a week prior to it actually hitting, it'll be a trailer coming out, like a little movie.
Just don't let Tyler Perry, make the movie about it. Yeah, don't let him.
Now, Tyler, look, check this out. If you want it,
'Cause that's something I've been wanting to do for the past maybe 11, 12 years.
right?
Yeah.
Start. Like, let me tell you what. If you don't do nothing but like get on this phone and like take a couple little notes here and there, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the beginning. You would be surprised at how much you can accumulate, like just by while you're at work, just putting in a couple notes. You know?
Yeah.
Come out with an outline and say like, how many chapters do I want? That's where I started. How many chapters do I want this particular book to be? And I knew I wanted 8 chapters because 8 chapters mean new beginnings, right? I mean, 8 means new beginnings.
Right.
So I was like, I want 8 chapters in this book. So I went from there. I outlined it, how many chapters I wanted each particular situation to have, and went from there. The music in it and everything.
Why you looking at me?
Because she wants some of your beats, that's why.
He knows.
Yeah.
I asked him for some beats a couple years ago.
I'm asking for beats too for the podcast. I didn't get them yet.
So tell.
See,
I'm ignoring it.
He got y'all.
So, if you guys wrote a book about your life, you think people will read it?
Definitely.
You would? Why?
Interested. People like to hear about the struggle.
I have a story, so
Yeah, you do got a story.
I have a story.
We all have a story. It's just whether or not people want to, read it or not. But I have a story. That's why I want to write a book, and I want to put some stuff in it because a lot of guys are not going to put certain things because they're going to, make themselves feel vulnerable. So I want to put some stuff like that. Definitely part of the struggle. So.
And that's what's gonna sell it right there,
Yeah,
because
a lot of
people really want to see transparency now.
Right.
Like, look at Cardi, right? Yeah. Cardi is like blowing up. You know what? I mean, not
That's his favorite MC.
for real.
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, like, I ain't gonna like even play on her work ethic, right? But let's just talk about just how transparent she is, and that's what we need now. People like sick of these masks that everybody wearing. People want to see like, who are you for real? Like. Yes. Are you really like, can I relate to you?
And that's how she works. That's why she works, because she's relatable. Like you said, she's transparent. She's just a roundaway girl who used to be a stripper, and she worked her way up. Whether or not we agree with the music, but just her story, see where she came from. Like, she wasn't like...
That's what's selling. People don't really, I understand her lyrics ain't fire, but people just interested in
her personality.
Yeah, they love her. Like, she's honest.
She's dope.
She hasn't changed since she came out. So
she's dope. Yeah, I did her hair a couple of times, right?
Really?
And when I tell you, like, I fell in love with her because I didn't watch Love and Hip Hop. I mean, maybe I shouldn't say that. But anyway,
no, I don't want you either.
Okay, so I ain't watch it, right? So anyway, long story short, the first time I did her hair, she was just like, she came out of the shower, she was like, okay, I'm ready. I was like, okay, this girl is a trip, right? Yeah. And I mean, her personality was the same and consistent the entire time. And that's what made me like it wasn't no judgment. It was just like, she was just like a real roundaway girl. And so I was just like, you know what, she dope. She really is. And it drew me to her and more into her.
So what we see on TV, that's really her.
That is really her. Like, and even when you see her and Offset talking, like, I literally watched their conversation one time, like when I was with her one time, like, she genuinely loves that dude to life. And they really vibe like that. It's really a dope little relationship, for real.
Okay.
For real.
Yeah, shout out to Cardi. You got the album, you know what I'm saying? You got it too, don't you? Don't you work out to the Cardi?
Nah.
Boy, get on camera, people don't want to be honest, man. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a fan of her, but
You what?
yeah, but I'm not.
You a fan of her?
Yeah, but I'm not a child. Don't listen to her music to work out. But I'm a fan of hers.
Yeah, I respect the hustle.
Definitely.
So what? Tell the people where they can find you on social media.
At Jina Law, S-A. I mean, that's so sorry. Jina Law, Jinalaw. And that's on all social media. It's my name on all of my social media platforms.
Spelled the same way.
Yes, on every platform,
Got it.
from Twitter to Instagram to LinkedIn. I'm more sociable on Instagram though. So.
I thought you was gonna say LinkedIn because I never use that.
Yeah, I use it, but I use it.
I could never get into LinkedIn. I don't know why it is.
This is boring.
It's definitely boring. It's a professional.
Then they email you like, well, such and such got their job for 2 years. Congratulations.
Right. You're like, okay, I don't even know them.
Yeah. Like, why do I still have this? So,
what's up, Tall?
So, Tall, before we be out, yo, did you guys have anything you want to say, Tall? You got your new shades, man. Shades, you got anything you want to say, man?
I ain't got nothing to say.
All right, before we go, I definitely want to thank our guests for coming.
Definitely, thank
and
you for having me.
I don't know where TJ is. What, you know where he at?
Yeah, at work. Yeah, at work today.
Oh, okay. You sure?
Yeah.
You not booed up, man?
Nah, he had to work.
He booed up at
You're
work.
not going nowhere. But again, I want to say to people who first time listeners, check us out. We will have our own URL on YouTube really soon. But for right now, check us out on YouTube, the Railcast Podcast. Go ahead and subscribe. Hit the notification button so every time we upload a video, you'll be notified. Check us out on Google Podcasts. Check us out also on iTunes, Spotify, and Anchor. Again, anchor.fm/Railcast. And Castbox and Radio Public. And that's all I can think of right now. We on all 9 different platforms, so check us out. It's the Railcast, and we out.
Amen.